This is Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox.
And we welcome you back into this week's edition of Financial Straight Talk. As always, it's powered by Wadadley Financial Group. And like we are each and every week, we are here with the founder, president, investment advisor, representative, Financial Straight Talker himself, and of course, the star of the show, Jim Fox. My name's Kevin McAlpin. And of course, Jim and I thank you so much for being with us here each and every week on the program. And if you're just joining us, well, we gave you some reasons in segment number 1 why your financial advisor might find themselves on the hot seat, much like a few NFL coaches already are here just a couple of weeks into the new season. If you'd like to learn more, maybe you'd like to schedule that first sit down with Jim and his team. The number to reach Wadadley Financial Group is 321-414-7526. Again, 321-414-PLAN, or online, it's getfst.com. And Jim, I know we have a lot of loyal listeners, folks that have come in. They've said, I've been listening to you for 2, 3, 4, 5 years now, and
crazy.
I've been putting off making that call. Jim, what do you say to that loyal listener that says, I'll get to this some other time. I don't need to get on the phone lines. This is something I can worry about next year, or maybe 2 or 3 years from now.
Yeah, cut that nonsense out. Pick up the phone. Give me a call. What am I supposed to say, right? I get it. I get it. I don't want to give the girl at Home Depot my email, my phone number. I get that. And the reason being is nobody wants to be sold anything. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Listen, especially those of you who've been listening to me for a long time, you know I'm not selling something, or you wouldn't be listening. You know that that's not the way we operate. I get it. Pick up the phone, give us a call, come on in, because it really is something. We have such a simple goal here in our office, is that regardless of if you become a client or not, when you walk back out the door, you have a better understanding of your retirement, and I'm not there to sell you something. That's the whole point. Pick up the phone call. I get it. I don't want to do it either. It'll be worth your time. Pick up that phone. Give us a call. Come into the office.
That number again is 321-414-7526. 321-414-PLAN, or online. The website is getfst.com. It's exactly what you get on this show. Financial Straight Talk. Getfst.com. So, Jim, I know we talk about celebrities and athletes a lot on this show, and sometimes it's nice to know that celebrities are just like us. They've got similar problems than all of us do. Even Hollywood actors, they can sometimes run into money troubles. Well, Kevin Costner recently told The Tonight Show's Jimmy Fallon he's still dealing with the fallout over his box office flop Horizon, an American Saga. And residual checks from his older films aren't exactly helping.
This is money that comes to you over the years. These movies, I thought were going to pay for this movie. The Bodyguard, 31 cents. JFK, 94 cents. Night Shift,
This is real.
9 cents. Yeah, it's No Way Out, 71 cents. Perfect World, I got $1.35.
Whoa!
Revenge, $1.22. $6.46 for Robin Hood. Untouchables, 67 cents. The War, 34. Waterworld, 87. That's paying for itself. And my accountant had the nerve to say, this check was deposited into your management account, $15.38.
Well, that's unpredictable income if I ever heard of it. And isn't it nice to know that some of these celebrities, they deal with some of the similar money issues that the rest of us deal with at times?
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy to me. Kevin, the single most important thing in retirement, obviously minus your health, right? The single most important thing is income. And some of you guys that are listening are very fortunate, because in addition to your Social Security, because pretty much all of you guys are getting Social Security. I love people, I'm only getting $1,500. Well, buddy, if you don't want it, let me know. I'll swing by and take it from you every month too, right? Because $1,500 is $1,500. Some of you guys are super fortunate to have a pension as well, right? And so now you have your Social Security, you have your pension. But the reality is almost everybody wants to live on more money, right? Almost everybody wants more income. So when I sit down with them, we kind of build things in reverse. I ask them, what is your goal? And when you say, hey, my goal income is $100,000, well, that's $8,333 a month. Is that before or after taxes? Oh, I never thought about that. Well, let's think about it right now. Walk them backwards. And let's say that they say after taxes. Well, that's $8,333. Well, it's really simple. If they're getting $5,000 from Social Security in their pension, their shortfall's $3,333. Now, once I know that, I look at all the options to generate that income. If we put it in a money market or a CD, maybe it's going to take, I don't know, $1.6 million to generate that much money. The problem is they only got 460, right? That's one of our problems. Then the next one we look at is we say, okay, if we were to use a dividend fund, how much would it take to generate that income? If we were to use the stock market itself going up and down, how much would it take to handle the good and the bad years? And then everybody loves me when I say this out loud. Oh, I knew it. He was going to say that word. He was going to say that word. We look at a good income annuity. How much money do we need to put into that annuity to generate that income on a given date? And most of the time, that annuity requires less out-of-pocket money, which frees up other money so you can go have fun and do fun things with it, right? And here's the great thing. I had a guy the other day, and the numbers are rough, okay? They're really, really rough as I run through them. But I think he had $900,000 or $950,000. He needed like $1,025,000 in the CD. Well, it wasn't going to do that, right? Because he didn't have enough money. And then in the markets, he needed like $810,000 because of his risk score, right? So then we moved down to the dividends. He needed something like $700 and something thousand. And then the annuity was $460, I think it was. And I asked him, I said, which one makes the most sense? He goes, well, I like the 460, but I don't want an annuity. Okay, well, we'll take that one off the table then. We don't have to talk about it. So is it going to be the 7 to 9 or 7 to 8 or the $1 million? Which one are we doing? And to me, that is the sales pitch, right? My job is to sit down and show you how your money can generate income that you tell me you want, right? And it happens day in and day out. Everyone's like, oh, I think I want like a 13, 14%. Well, while you're at it, just say 23, say 37, right? I mean, we're just throwing numbers out, and we do something called an IPS, right? And I'm really getting nerdy on the finance world right now with you guys. We have something called the IPS, and it stands for Investment Policy Statement, right? And I use it to clarify risk and reward with you, right? And I'll give you an example. My high risk or aggressive growth clients, their rate of return is somewhere in that 9 and change and 14 and change window of return, right? Now, Kevin, does that not sound good? I mean, that sounds like a great number.
Yeah,
and
on the surface, yeah, sure.
And I showed him, I said, how does this look? Oh, I would love those numbers. Well, the problem is when you have that much return potential, you also have elevated risk with it, right? That's the kicker. The risk is 27 to 48% is the risk. And he goes, there's no way I'm risking that much. That's the beauty behind this, is to get people to understand that they have to find a happy balance between risk and income, right? That's the goal. And as we sit down with people, my job is to walk them through all of the options. Kevin, if there was someplace we could put our money and get a 40% rate of return each and every year, guess where you and I would be? In the place that gets a 40% rate of return each and every year. I mean, that's how, but that just doesn't exist. So we need to find the happy balance. In my world, I sit down with people and I kind of line it out. I live in the world of pretty much annuities versus dividends, because those seem to be very, very consistent on income generation, right? And my job is to take you through the pros and cons of each and every one and allow you to make that decision. But whatever decision you make, the remainder of the money needs to go into cash for emergency needs, but it also needs to go into the market. Why does it need to be in the market, the remainder of the money? Because we have to adjust for inflation. This is the issue that so many people have when it comes to retirement planning, because they're sold, and I don't want to say a bill of goods, okay? Because in some cases it works out, but they have this high expectation when they sit down with somebody, and it always seems like when they come in, you never meet that expectation, if that makes any sense, right?
Sure.
And in my office, I manage expectation, and I tell them, hey, the reality is with your risk score, we're really only going to get somewhere between 4 and 6.5% based on the amount of risk you're willing to take. And why that's important is it's so, we were talking about parents before we started our show today, right? You and I were sharing our stories with the way our parents were. And And here's the deal. We're all built a little different, right? We're all wired a little different. And the problem is that I deal with so many different personality types that I have to have a system that I can work these different personality types through the exact same system, if that makes any sense to you, right?
Yeah.
And the way I do it is with factual data. Listen to me. You should not buy an annuity if you do not like an annuity. You should not buy a Bitcoin if you do not like cryptocurrency. You should not buy ExxonMobil if you don't like the oil industry. I'm telling you, that's the way it should be. My job is to walk you through what makes sense and then make whatever adjustments need to be made to help you accomplish your goal. That, Kevin, is what separates us from everybody else. We want to build a predictable income that no matter what happens, we know that money's dropping in your account. We call it mailbox money, right? Mm-hmm. That's our magic words. Nobody gets mailbox money anymore because everything's direct deposited.
Right.
But we want to make sure that we have a predictable income coming through the door so you can live, in this example, on that $8,333 for the rest of your life and do so without the fear of running out of money. That's what we do each and every day. I'm not telling you you're going to like all the answers that I give you, but they're going to be mathematically accurate. What I want you to do then is weigh the pros and cons of the decision, and we work together to put you on the right path. If that makes sense to you, pick up the phone, give us a call, 321-414-7526. Again, 321-414-PLAN.
Maybe you're listening today. Maybe you've heard annuities get a bad rap over the years, and maybe you'd just like to get a little more clarity on how that could be the missing piece of your retirement puzzle. If you'd like to learn more, Jim Fox and the team at Wadadley Financial Group, they are here to help, and they're just a phone call away. Again, folks, it's 321-414-7526. 321-414-PLAN, or online. It's getfst.com. That's getfst.com. So, Jim, we are very quickly running out of time on this week's show. Time flies when you're having fun. I think we had another good show here today. And before we do run out of time, I want to leave the floor all yours for the final word.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, guys, every week, Kevin and I say the same thing. We understand that you have tons of opportunities when it comes to getting financial information, and we're just honored to be one of those resources. So if there's anything we can do, don't hesitate. Reach out, pick up the phone, give us a call. We're standing by. But with all that being said, on behalf of myself and the man himself, Mr. Kevin Mack, I want to thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Financial Straight Talk.
Thanks for listening to Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. To learn more, visit getfst.com.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Wadadley Financial Group. Wadadley Financial Group is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC IPW, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Wadadley Financial Group are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Wadadley Financial Group is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any government agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Wadadley Financial Group.